What is happening, Toronto Raptor fans? Toronto Raptors Black and White back for another weekly review. We've got Head Swag in the house, and we've got yours truly, Slang, for semi-holiday edition, I guess, kind of. Like we're creeping up on, we're going to definitely have Christmas between this video and our next video. This week, the Toronto Raptors, I don't know. We had a couple of close games that I think we could have won both of them. I mean, we had the Chicago Bulls, who we lost to by 1 point. That's a little bit misleading because there was a last minute, and I don't know if Shed called Glass at his buzzer beater there to bring it within one. We were actually down by four, and then we lose to the Brooklyn Nets, which I've got some reasons that I believe this one fell apart at the end too. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? First of all, I guess on the Bulls game, what did you think happened there? How did we play? What did you like? What did you dislike?
I, I like what I seen with them. They came with intensity, they came with the fire. But what I've been saying all season, we get to that fourth, and what happens? It's like we fall apart like dominoes or something. I don't know what happened. I don't know what goes on in their head, but we just can't close out these games. Like we if we get a lead, I think we get too happy, and then the next team, because basketball is about runs, and
Right.
you got to be able to stop the run. And the Raptors seem to not have gotten that. I don't know. They just haven't got that memo yet.
Yeah, frustrating. And we really got out of the like we were down early. I think I was a few minutes late turning this one on because I don't know. I think maybe I was still driving home or something from work. And I put it on and we were down by double digits and we ended up losing the first quarter 33 to 25. And it's like, guys, why we're digging a hole all the time. We got back a little bit in the second quarter and then they punched us in the face in the third. And then yeah, the fourth, I mean, we have to claw and scratch and get ourselves back into the game just to even be close in the end. And it always seems like this formula is not one that works for the Raptors. I don't know. Again, I do you think actually because I was talking the other day to somebody, do you think that this is on purpose? Like, are we tanking on purpose? Like, are they saying to the team, look, guys, we can prove that we can be competitive to ourselves, and in that fourth quarter, either Darko's making decisions to cough it up, or the players are told, what do you think? Do you think we're trying to get Cooper Flag and just get another pick, even if it's not Cooper Flag, if we end
It,
up
it, it it would be nice, and I know that's the way to think, but when you're in a competitive atmosphere, everybody wants the W. Everybody would love to go in that change room and high five and take a shower and say, look how we performed today. You know what I mean? Because mentally, it gets on you. I'm telling you, from coaches to players, it gets on you. When you're
yeah,
down, right now we're on six game losing streak.
yeah.
I know inside the change room when Darko gets in there, it's a hard thing to look in his players and say, hey, give me 100 today, guys, because we need that W. You know what I mean? When it's working, and when it's not, and it's a hard place to come out of. But I am telling you, I know sometimes people say, hey, the NFL and the NBA will do that to get the when it's closer to that time, but I'm telling you, a win is a win, and it feels great when you got it.
All right, so you think they're always going for it? They're not tanking.
I think they're always going for it, but hey, do some guys have their own agenda? You know what I mean?
Sure. Or I mean, yeah, maybe they're just having an off day. But like because we had a couple of great performances in this Bulls game that we should probably highlight. Again, I keep saying RJ Barrett might be becoming my favorite Raptor. I'm a little bit of a homer myself, but he ends up with 32 again over 30. Unfortunately, he didn't play in the second game that we're going to talk about. But and then Grady Dick ends up with 27 as well. Pirtle ended up leaving this game though injured partway through. Maybe that's why we got so destroyed in that third quarter. Uh,
That's right.
him going down. I don't know because he only ended up with six, and then for some reason Mogbo started this game too. I don't know. I'm getting confused. This is partly why my conspiracy theory, maybe on that they are trying to tank, is percolating. Because I think their starting lineups have been strange, but then I look down the depth chart and it's like, oh, I don't know where they're gonna go. I guess from here. I mean,
I was just gonna say, what do we have to work with? If Pirtle's out, we need another. guy that's mobile. And hey, our next big guy, yes, he's big. He could get us some points, but he's not as mobile as Pirtle. You know what I mean? We need some guys that could, like I said, come off of the bench like Vinny Johnson. They got to be ready and hot like a microwave. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean, and yeah, listen, Pirtle balling. I mean, it's that's another thing that maybe we should dive into uh, closer to the trade deadline and see what our thoughts are on do we trade Pirtle? He's one of the top centers in the league right now as far as offensive rebounds and its shooting percentages and average points per game. I think they said he's averaging 15 and 10, 11 rebounds, one block, one steal per game. So, do we trade him to Golden State for maybe Kaminga? Or, I mean, it would be great if we could pry that 3-point shooting dude out of their hands. But yeah, I guess, right. Who else is going to start here than Mogbo with Scottie Barnes down because he was not in this game? I think he was inactive. Um, And then anyway, yeah. So overall, not great. And then they had a couple of decent, like Vucevic. I don't know. He's killing it. He's shooting over 40% from three. He's always been a Raptor slayer too. I don't know why he seems to have better games when he plays against us. And then that,
Honestly, I think a lot of players have a good game when they play against us.
yeah,
So
I
I
don't know.
think Kobe set that trend with dropping 81 on us, and ever since that, everybody's like, I'm trying to get a Kobe number on. I don't know what it is, or is it because we're the only franchise outside of the U.S.? It's something.
I'm sure that has something to do with it. I'd sort of forgotten that Kobe 80, whatever it was, game against us even happened. So thank you for bringing that one up. I'll be having nightmares tonight about that. But yeah, I mean, Kobe White also with, man, that guy's hair is like insane. For a split second too with this game, it was confusing when I first flipped it on because they both have similar uniform colors. So for like a split second, I thought the Raptors were wearing black. And anyway, I was looking at Kobe White going, who is that? I thought like Shed or somebody had just combed their
The
hair.
head out, yeah.
Yeah. Then I clicked in and I'm like, wait, oh, that's the Bulls. Oh my gosh, Kobe White, man. Yeah, his hair is like crazy. But sometimes I wish Scottie would do that. I think he'd be more intimidating because he'd add an extra, 4 or 5 inches of height. So he'd be
5 inches, yeah.
coming down like 7'3", it would look like with anyway, didn't mean to go off on a tangent there, but even their bench and Lonzo Ball killed us with that three towards the end of the game. There was about 2 minutes left, I think, and we were kind of coming back. Grady Dick, I think, had just drained a three on their end, and then Lonzo just came back and was like, "Oh, sorry, you guys thought you were going to catch up in this game," and he hit that one, and it was
And then he put the nail in the coffin, which is what the Raptors need to learn to do, man.
yes,
'Cause
we do,
that's
we
like,
do.
like I said, now going forward, I've been keeping track. I think we have now about 10 games that were within one bucket.
Wow.
That right now we could be in the win column and be looking very great right now. So that's why I'm saying to you, do you really think that our guys are not clawing and fighting to get this? I think they are, but they just need to finish that closeout. You know what I mean? 10 minutes of hard. Even when we're up, it's like we're up and then we just give them back the lead. Like I'm like, if we're up, we should be able to put on another 8 points and then get our third string guys in there and get our all-stars to sit down. But that doesn't happen.
Right. Well, I mean, listen, you're on to that's a good segue actually to the Brooklyn game because this is one where I start to believe maybe they are or like maybe the whole team isn't informed, but they're saying to Scotty, you know, just go into ISO ball at the end of this game. Don't bother passing it. Don't bother doing any of the things that we did to, take a huge lead in the third quarter. Because this one we dominated in the third quarter. I was watching it
Yep.
thinking, wow, if we play half as well as and again, we weren't killing them the whole game. It was kind of like friggin' Ben Simmons, doing things against us just felt icky. I think we were even talking in our last video that we didn't want that to happen. We were hoping that wouldn't happen, and
We
it,
were hoping that wouldn't happen, but
yeah,
it happened.
yeah. He was like he had 7 assists. He was dropping dimes all over the place, even at 12 points. Oh my God! I saw him like even take a couple of shots. Now I don't think he attempted any threes because that still seems to be not in his game.
And he got an and one and hit the
Not even
foul
10.
shot. I was like, did we wake him
Oh,
up last week?
that's what it was. That's what it was. Right. In my mind, I was like, there was something else he did. Yeah, he was hitting free throws. That's what it was. Uh,
Yep.
Yeah, he was 2 of 3 from free throw attempts, which for him that's an unbelievable stat, 66%. Jesus. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, so and then at the end, we do this amazing third quarter. Even the beginning of the fourth quarter is not bad, and it just starts to slip away though in crunch time, and Scottie Barnes decides that he's just gonna pull a Fred Van Vliet or even DeMar DeRozan used to always try and ISO at the end of these games when we were still getting our footing. Um, Obviously, Kawhi Leonard ended up coming in where okay, he's maybe a little more reliable. Unless you've got like a top five guy, I don't think you should be going to the ISO at the end of the game. And Scotty also does a frustrating thing that I don't like that I'd love to hear you comment on, where he seems to get I don't know, angry is probably too much of a word. He's probably just trying to get intense at the end of the games, but he starts to get too aggressive. Where uh, there was it was maybe the third or second last possession the Raptors ended up having, where he comes down. There's still a chance. We're only down by like 3 or 4, but he shoulders like he checked. The guy is a big dude, like 6'8" is tall enough, 6'9", whatever he is, but he's thick, right?
that's
And he's
right.
laying his shoulder in and getting an offensive foul and a turnover. And it's just so frustrating to watch when he's doing that kind of thing. First, I think he clanked up a Dame time level three, which missed. But then, the next possession, it's like, okay, Scotty, we can do something. But he charges down the court and then he's body checking like he's on the Leafs, not the Raptors. Um, you know,
That's right.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you know what? And that's what kills me with it. Why do something so hard when it's so simple? They want to come down and make the big shot so that and can these guys make the big shot? Of course they can. But what I know you want tomorrow when the news is showing, hey, Scotty made the big shot, but you could do something so simple. You're so much of a threat that if you went down, you would probably get a double team to give Dick a nice, quick, easy three, which would make your life so easy. But the Raptors just I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I really don't. I sometimes I feel like I need to go in that change room and give them a little earful myself. Believe me.
yes. Well, I was recommending Darko watch a couple of my, or our YouTube videos so that I just play this when they're doing the film review. They can put this video on because yeah, it's frustrating. There's other guys with 3-point ability, and
Yeah,
listen, again, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Scotty's learning. He's trying to put himself in these positions so that next year or the year after when we are in contention and the games really are mattering when it comes down to it or in the playoffs or whatever, he can call on the times that it works. But
yeah.
yeah, kick it over like Agbaji's shooting 50% from three. Grady Dick is shooting 50% from three in this game.
Three. That's what I'm saying.
And
Mi-
and
mi-
Scotty Barnes isn't even looking for them. He right from the inbound, he's just bringing it down and then he's pulling up a three or anyway.
And he's so tall and so lanky. You think he would just like cup the ball and take 2 steps and dunk on somebody, but I don't know what's going on there. Like I said, but one thing, like you said, RJ Barrett, like he's put on the cape. I've been calling it from weeks ago. He's been steady, cruising, and we just need that energy could go down to the Raptors, onto Barnes, onto because he's been consistent, and that's what we need. We need consistent guys, and Pirtle's been injured in and out all season, sick in and out all season. We haven't seen quickly like I don't even. I'm like, did we trade him? Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Good thing you got the bag because he's sitting on the bench counting it.
He's sitting on the bench. He's at home, fucking building another home.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. We missed RJ for sure in this game. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous the Raptors lineup and how many people. Even we're talking about AJ Lawson. He didn't even play in the Brooklyn game.
That's
Uh,
right.
but we were missing. Yeah, Pirtle was out because he got injured, as we already said in the Bulls game. Davion Mitchell didn't play. No Lawson. No Quickly. No Brown. We still haven't seen Brown all year. And the only one that I even am fine with them not playing is the Ulrich Chomsky because he's like our Bruno Coloco or whatever that guy. I think I'm messing up the last name slightly, but remember when we had that young guy who was 2 years away from being 2 years away? They used to always joke. Uh,
That's right.
yeah, so I don't mind. Chomsky, okay, good. This guy's 18. He can go play on the 905. But yeah, the rest of our lineup's not even here. So then we have another crazy starting lineup again. Jacoby Walter, who again I don't know why it's Jacoby. I thought it should be Joe Kobe if he's Jordan and Kobe. But anyway, that's a whole other side tangent thing. Ochai Agbaji starts, which again I'm starting to like this guy. He was 8 of 16. He shot 50% from the floor and he shot 50% from three. So, 20 points. Great, great contribution. But Mogbo getting the start at center. I don't know why Olynyk isn't sort of being put up the depth chart there and getting the start again. This is where I start to think maybe they are trying to lose. They're trying to get Mogbo investing in the future, not just completely throwing away losses, but, getting Mogbo in there to get some experience and Walter instead of, I think if they were trying to win, wouldn't they have put Olynyk in and maybe had I don't even know because I guess Scottie Barnes is playing the point guard there. Um,
Because the Linux, the last couple games have been putting up some good numbers for us, and he's a good drop some good dimes, man. You know what I mean? Him and Pirtle would have a good one-on-one, but once again, it's uh, um there's something going on with our apps, like you're saying. Like now that you're bringing it up more and more and more, I'm like, you know what? I
oh,
I
I'm
think with
starting
a
to
couple
convince you.
trades and getting a good number, I think we would be standing up in a better place for next year. So you do have some probably insight on that office talk.
Yeah, well, it's inconsistent, but again, I could easily be potentially explained away. Darko just goes, no, 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 you don't understand. Bruno Fernando had a sore foot, so we couldn't start Olynyk because we needed him to come off the bench because otherwise our second unit, there's no continuity or the plays that we practice in, that nobody would be able to, distribute the ball or whatever. God knows there probably is some kind of reason behind the scenes, but yeah, I sit there as a fan watching, going, huh, like because Mogbo, again, I don't want to totally bash this guy because I'm starting to like the positives about his game.
Right.
I've seen him do some nice passes,
Yeah.
uh, rebounding, and he certainly seems like he's able to even put himself in the right spot where he can anticipate like a Dennis Rodman of where that rebound's going to go. But he's trying 3-point shots. He's 0 of 2. His buddy, Scottie Barnes, passes to him too often, unfortunately. And I know they've got a relationship, but, Mogbo is open for a reason beyond the 3-point line. And, he clanked 2 bricks today. And even from the floor, he was 4 of 11. Like, he doesn't need to pull up mid-range jumpers. You know what I mean? Mogbo, you're there to block out on defense. You're there to keep people out for rebounding and that kind of thing and dunk it. I don't know. That's
Thank you. And
my
and give us a second hand ball. If the guy doesn't go, the ball doesn't go in. Give us a second hand chance, which he's good at doing. I see,
yeah,
like you said. But going 4 of 11, why are we going to this guy consistently? Maybe in practice he looks good, and that's another thing. There's practice players and there's guys when they see the stripes and they see the arena filled, they become, you know what I mean, nonchalant.
yeah,
Is it because it's a young team? Is it because we're injured? All those factors play into it. But once again, we know you got to go out, you put on the uniform, give us 100, gentlemen. We need 100. Closing out, like they must be sitting and saying, why are we not closing out these games? There's got to be, I know they're talking about it right now. Because if we see it, they must see it.
yeah, sure. And again, yeah, just know your role, what you're good at. Again, Mogbo, I'll give him another compliment. He seems great. He's got the active hands. I've seen him swat a bunch. I don't know if he gets credit for all the turnovers, even in this game. Did he get any steals? Let me just quickly check. Yes, 2 steals. And so, you see that I've seen him bat it out, even sometimes on just a pass as the pass is leaving the person who is defending hands, he's able to redirect and causes, some problems for them. But I don't know why he's jacking up threes. I don't know why he's shooting anything further than, sort of 6 feet away from the basket. I don't think he
And,
should.
and you see, this is the reason why I did like our Bulls. I like our Lakers because guys come in and they know their assignment. They're not trying things out of their range. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm a rebounder. I'm a dunker. I'm going to do that. Hey, I'm a point guard. I'm going to be a playmaker. I'm going to drop dimes. I'm going to do that. hey, I'm the shooting guard. I'm gonna put up 10 shots and make them count. You know what I mean? Those kind of teams, Boston, the Lakers, they know their assignments. The Raptors knew their assignment because we got our ring too. But you know what I mean? With these young guys, I can't even say they're young because we do have some guys that have some good potential and have good experience. So it's just gelling together and getting the job done.
Right. Right. Yes, I agree. But again, maybe that will come with time. I don't know. Because it might be confusing that, all these different starting lineups, all these different things. You get someone like a Grady Dick who is a 3-point specialist, but then they want him to cut to the basket. Agbaji seems sort of similar. I don't know. I hope they figure it out because, yeah, I'd like to see.
And you see what we're talking about? We're talking about offense. Offense, we know offensively the Raptors could get the ball in the bucket. I want to see stops.
Oh, yeah.
Stop these good teams. Stop these, you know what I mean? Stop these Bulls, for example, who are going to be playing tonight. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
geez,
Rockets. Rockets.
we're
Rockets.
oh, sorry, the Rockets. My bad. We're playing the Rockets. I see. I'm still stuck on the Bulls with that 1 point
I
loss.
know. I
It's
know.
fun.
Well, yeah.
But with the
Confusing with all
Rockets
these
coming
red,
in,
all these red uniforms too.
and all these red uniforms. That's right. You got it. And going into the Rockets tonight, we are, I think, 7-21 right now. Which we would with those 10 wins would have been 17. You know what I mean? Wins right now.
Mhm.
And so let's see what the Rockets. We got Van Fleet coming back. So are we going to make him feel good on home court, or are we going to send him, package him up like what we did, and send him back with something?
Yes. I hope that we're stuffing him all over the place because we've got some length and we've got the height, especially on Van Vliet. I think I could stop Van Vliet. I know they list him at 6 foot, but I've been
Yeah.
close enough down to courtside. I was saying that I'm not sure he was taller than me. Maybe he was if we were standing back to back. Um, But yeah, I hope that we stuff them all over, but I sadly believe that what'll happen is they'll do a little. I guess he's already probably been back and had a Fran Van Vliet video, right? We must have done that last year, I guess. But he'll feel comfortable and he'll probably go off for like 36 or 38, and he'll freaking hit the game winning, shot, or they'll be so far ahead with him dominating. I hope not. I want to just stuff them all. I mean, because I'm not even a Jalen Green fan. Uh, I don't know. I think their center guy that they're hyping to is a little bit over Shangoon, right? Is that his name? Um, I think he's a little bit overhyped also, but whatever. We'll see.
He's on the coming. He's up in the coming. He's up and coming. Jalen Green, he's found his place. He just had a baby with his beautiful girlfriend, soon to be wife, and yeah, like he's on point. I've jumped on the Jalen Green after seeing a couple of highlights. I'm like, this boy is becoming a problem.
Yeah, yeah. I
You
think
know,
I get competitive. Wasn't he was in Scottie Barnes' draft class, right? Wasn't he
that's
drafted
right. Yeah,
second, I
yeah.
think, maybe third? So anyway, yeah, I just get competitive that I need Scotty to be better than at least and Suggs too is one that I monitor because of his sort of whining that he didn't get drafted by us, and I never want Suggs to surpass Scotty Barnes so that anybody thinks
He,
that we made the wrong pick.
that we made the wrong pick. I know. Yeah.
Uh, okay, so yeah, quickly, actually, I wanted to touch on we were talking about before we hit record on this about the NBA Cup, and we only had 2 games this week because of the NBA Cup. So quickly, we've only got a few minutes left here, but what were your thoughts on the NBA Cup? Did you watch the NBA Cup? How would you change or improve the NBA Cup? And is it something that is starting to enter your peripheral
like,
where
like
you're
I
paying
said,
attention? Or what?
they've done a good job with getting people to watch, thinking, hey, there's a little mini series, and hey, let me watch it. The boys are going to be playing a little more intense because when it's playoff time, we know these guys turn up. So it's a good thing to see that guys are trying to turn up mid-season or early season. You know what I mean? But for teams that are losing, like our Raptors, that you know what I mean? When the cup comes around and it's worthless, guys like us who want to follow our own team, it's like we don't really get into the cup mode because we know that nothing's coming out of it for our team and for us as a fan. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I agree. Did you watch the Bucks OKC game? Did you?
I probably took in about 5 minutes of it, and then the wife took control of the converter.
Yeah, I know. Well, it gets harder to defend when it's not a Raptor game. At least, I can, or you probably do the same thing, play the card of, well, I need to do a video, so I need to watch this Raptor game. But yeah, when it's NBA
That's
Cup,
right.
my wife's going, this is Milwaukee and OKC, and I tried to make a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander uh defense of it, but she was like,
It's so funny because the
she's like,
same
that
thing.
not happen.
I was like, we got Canadians on the court. And my wife's like, and
Yeah. No, and I didn't care enough to try to, cash in one of my I get to choose what's on TV chips, if you know what I'm saying. So
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and it probably is, you're right, that because the Raptors don't have a shot. I mean, we were 3-1, or sorry, 1-3, in our four NBA Cup games. I don't know. It's frustrating because every commercial is for it, and I don't know. It's even funny they stuck a name on it with the Emirates. I guess it was Emirates Airline or whatever that sponsored it. But
That sponsored it. That's right.
all right, well, maybe next year we'll be a little more competitive, and it'll be something that we care about.
Yeah, but even though going back to the game, I thought OKC was gonna pull off something. I thought Shea was gonna go ham on it and get 30 something points, but they held him to 21 points. And as you know, the Greek Freak said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna scoop this one up. Thank you."
Yeah, he seemed motivated to want to win it. It's funny, he's changed his game a little bit. Like, I guess he's just frustrated with losing and decided, okay, you know what? I am a good enough player that I'm going to turn around the whole team myself because he hasn't taken a three, I think, in this whole streak that they're on since they've started winning and him just putting up crazy numbers. He's just like, no, I'm 7 foot, I'm massive. I'm going to just dunk on everybody. Because
And he's got Damon Lillard, so he doesn't need to put up threes. He's got a guy that could sling that. So you know what I mean?
right, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's just been a beast, and he beast moded himself into winning the second annual NBA Cup. I guess the first annual Emirates Cup, but we'll see what happens next year. So the rest of this week, we got. Let's do a little try and predict what's happening. So we got Houston tonight. We got the Knicks tomorrow. We got Memphis on Thursday, and we'll be back on before Atlanta. So on Sunday. So let's try and do a little predicting. What do you think happens with Houston, Knicks, Memphis this week?
Woo! Once again, I believe we could go. I'm going to split the week again. This is the third week. I think we could do 2-2. I think we could possibly take this young team, Houston, coming out from the Midwest. They're coming with a time change. They're coming into the cold. Let's use all the factors,
True.
right? So
Yes, Paul's a good
let's
one.
see if we could pull that one. And we got Van Fleet. You know what I mean? We got to look at him and say, hey, you owe us one. Go sit down. Okay, and then the Knicks, I think we could get a comeback game with the Knicks. I think we could, but the Raptors got a ball and they got to close out. And the other two, wow, if we get something lucky there, we're lucky. Just put it that way.
Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
think?
Well, listen, I hope that you are correct. Sadly, the way this week went, because I thought we were going to pull out at least one. I thought we had potential to win both of our games this week. We lost both. Um, I sadly believe that Van Vliet is going to come and put up 30 against us. I really hope it doesn't happen. I hope he has an off night and has less than 10. But and then the Knicks, I don't know if we can deal with the Knicks. Brunson and Cat are just like a great combo. Brunson seems to punish us for our weakness that he smells.
And he does, but that's why I'm saying I think RJ he wants to pull off one against his old squad. You know what I mean?
Okay, all
I
right,
think we're resting him up right now, so I think he's gonna have a 40 game against that team because I know he wants to say this is what you get for trading me, boys.
good. Yes, I hope so because we didn't let OG do that against us in the last game. We actually held him pretty well, but still, Cat and Brunson went off. So okay, I would love to see an RJ like 40. He gets 40, 46 or something like that against the Knicks. It's going to be a back to back. But who knows? Again, with the Raptors lineup, we could have an RJ not play again today because he's sick, and then he comes in saving himself for the Knick game tomorrow.
For the Nick game. Yeah.
I don't think we have a shot against Memphis, and I'll wait till next week to predict what we do against Atlanta because I really don't love Trey. I like to see him lose. I hate when we lose to him. I'm thinking that sadly. I think we're going to go 0-3, but if we're going to win one of them, maybe you're right. The Nick game we could pull out.
Yep, yep, yep. Which will leave us at what? 24 and sorry, we're gonna be 8-24 if that's the case. Like, wow. Right? So
It's sad. But hey, there's still tons of potential. There's always some positives that we can pull out of these games afterwards, and so I don't know. Let's try and find the diamond in the rough this week if any turn up. So
all right, we're with you. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. People, like my brethren slang says, comment, subscribe, give us some feedback. We want to hear from you people. And obviously, give us some likes, people. We want to see those thumbs up. Come on.